Hello, hello, hello. J-Nell here with my UFC 267 recap video. This fight was amazing. It lived up to all the hype. It happened earlier today, so I hope you saw it. If not, go back and watch it because it was so worthwhile. 6 fights on the main card, and I got all 6 picks, so I was perfect. Let's go ahead and talk about it. First up, we saw Magomed Ankalaev get the 3-round unanimous decision against Volkan Ozdemir. He basically pointed his way to a victory. It primarily took place on the feet. There was a takedown that he got. Volkan was able to get back up. He drew blood on Volkan as well. He was disappointed with his performance because Volkan actually stunned him with a little bit of a shot in the first round, but other than that, great win for Magomed. Who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, we saw the return of Mr. Khamzat Chimaev, and he returned in glorious form, y'all. He defeated Li Jingliang in the first round, in a very eventful first round. First off, Li met him in the center. He was like, I'm coming at you. Chimaev picked him up, and apparently Dana White wasn't paying attention because he walked Lee over to Dana White while talking some smack, then he threw him down while talking more smack. He was talking to DC and then he was talking the entire time while whooping up on Lee. He eventually got the back. He tried with the rear naked with one side. That didn't work. He had to switch to the other hand and then eventually choked Lee all the way out. Sleep. Then he got up, called out the entire division, said, I'll kill everybody. Called out Nate Diaz in the post-press conference. He's got some personality as well. I think the UFC is ready to give him pretty much whatever he wants. Who do you think should be next for Khamzat Chimaev? I had it better before I started the video. Now, next up, we saw Alexander Volkov get three-round unanimous decision against Marcin Tybura. I disagree with 2 of the judges having it 30-27. I think Marcin definitely won that round number 2, and round number 1 was close as well. He started off good, holding the center of the octagon, initiating the exchanges, and landing a bit more, also mixing up the takedown attempts. But the takedown attempts are a lot difficult when you have someone that tall, and he's gotten a lot thicker as well. So it just seemed like he was trying to take down a tree trunk, essentially. Volkan definitely won that 3rd round, so I'm okay with the decision because, like I said, the first round was extremely close. But again, 2 of the judges, I was like, Marcin definitely won round 2. Either way, who would you like to see Alexander Volkov fight next? Next up, another one we had our eye on, we saw Islam Makhachev finish Dan Hooker in the first round, y'all. They came out. Dan met him in the center as well. He landed some shots, but definitely was like trying to stay off the takedown because we kind of knew what was going to happen, and it happened pretty quickly, y'all. He ended this fight in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Got there, got the top position, was able to get his body to the cross position that you need to be at for the Kimura, and then he actually stepped over with one leg. Then he really had the Kimura, was able to bend that arm back all the way. Dan had a tap. Winner is Makhachev. He's getting better with his English, y'all. He started chirping on that mic. He was like, I'm next. All these other people getting fights that don't have the win streak that I have, which is 9, by the way. They're skipping over me. They can't skip over me anymore. I want to wake up the division. So who do you think should be next for Islam Makhachev? And I can't help but think that I wonder if now that Khabib has Islam here to essentially carry on his father's legacy, and Khabib seems like he might be stepping into his father's role of being like the nation's wrestling coach. So I'm like, I wonder now that Islam is here and has really arrived, he feels like, well, I have him here to carry on the legacy. I can go ahead and take a back seat. Do you know what I mean? Not that he doesn't want to fight Islam, but like, yeah, as long as one of us is there in the mix to hold the belt, boom. And by the way, I think Islam's going to end up beating more top 10 opponents. And if he gets the belt, which he has a good chance of getting the belt, he's probably going to end up with a stronger record than Khabib. Something to think about. So let me know what you think about that entire situation. Now, the first of the title belts here, the title competitions, and I was wrong. Co-main event, I was wrong when I said that this was for the vacated bantamweight belt. Aljamain Sterling still has the championship. So this is for the interim belt and new interim champion, Petr. He successfully defeated Corey Sandhagen. I have to apologize. My prediction video, I called you Cody the entire time, and I know your name. So I really jumbled that in the beginning too. I think it's because, I don't really like interim belts. Either way, this was fight of the night. Very exciting fight, back and forth the entire time. High offensive output. I mean, they just hands were going the entire time. A lot of spinning-ish. I believe the first round went to Corey, and the second round was actually super close as well. Corey was able to get in there, initiate the exchanges, have a higher offensive output, push him back, use his length. I wish he had more kicks. He kept holding the hands, and I wanted him to step in with the elbow, but he didn't start doing that to the 5th round. I really believe if he actually started doing that quicker, he probably could have done a little bit of damage, probably cut Jan a little bit earlier. You never know what would happen from there. So I think he needs to incorporate that from now on with those long arms and type of slick, sharp striking that he has. He's got great knees, and we saw those too, some flying knees and some good knees landed. But he should have more elbows on the feet, standing step-in elbows. He should. Just should. So as the fight went on, I felt like Jan kind of figured it out. He figured out his range. He figured out the good combinations where the holes were in Corey's defense, which were in the exchange or the transitions a lot of the time. There was a takedown, but I believe, there was a spinning back fist that landed. He came around with another punch that also landed, and that stunned Corey. That was one of the hardest landing shots of the night. There was also a kick to the face that he also landed against Corey as well. And again, as the fight went on, he got stronger. Great fight the entire time, going back and forth. Again, Corey landed some knees of his own, and great win for Jan. Who would you like to see Petr Jan fight next? I do believe they're going to try to combine the belts, but if not, if Sterling's out much longer, I think they'll strip him of the belt, quite frankly. So who would you like to see Jan fight next? Now, main event, and I got this pick. I chose the underdog, Mr. and new UFC light heavyweight champion, Glover Teixeira. He beat Jan Blachowicz, who we all love as well. But, you know, I explained myself in the prediction video. But I don't think any of us thought he would win like this. This ended in the second round after a dominant first round from Glover. He was able to get a very early takedown, and it was very clear. I thought he was more skilled, which is what I said, but I was like, strength-wise, I don't know if that's going to nullify that a little bit. Nope. As soon as he got Jan down, it was clear who was better on the ground, and that was Glover. Jan kept him in his guard, but he was still able to get some nasty ground and pound, just nasty wrestling. Even when Jan was trying to control the hands, he either had his forearm all in his neck, all on his chin, and then disrupting the breathing, or even when he couldn't do that, he had his head all up in his neck, all up on his chin, like just nasty, just ugly, doing the whole can opener thing when you grab the hand up. He had his whole neck red. Jan's whole neck and face was red just from all just nasty, just great first round for Glover. Made Jan think about it, and he was like, let me make sure I get you off of me because I don't want to go down again. So second round comes in, and Jan was a whole lot more active, landed some shots, and every time he landed a shot, I was nervous because I do believe Glover's chin is not what it used to be. So I was like, ooh. And Glover, I was like, box your way in. Don't just get too excited to try to take him down and end up getting caught, right? So pins and needles, and it was actually Glover who actually stunned him with a left hook to right here on the temple, essentially. He had to take a couple of wobble steps, got his composure back again. Glover was able to take him back down again, eventually got his back, rear naked choke, tap, tap, tap. And new. 42 years old, just turned 42 like 2 days ago, I believe. Just the story, 20 years in the game. Took him 8 years to get in the UFC because of like visa issues. Apparently he's supposed to be on the UFC fighter in 2004. When Dana White came in and everything, he like sat him there and made him hear his story. He just like told him the whole story, he said. And when the fight was over too, he waited for Jan to get up. He actually helped him up and everything. So it was like, they had a great little sportsmanship the entire time. Right before the fight, Jan gave him like his favorite beer from Poland or something like that. And actually, Jan said he would finish Glover in the second. So it actually ended up being the other way around. And yeah, Glover just, you could see the tears welling up in his eyes, especially as he left. As soon as he exited the cage, that's when it really started to come. And I missed I was trying to you see I have like my phone up on the screen the whole time. There was a moment after he left the cage where he was hugging Nogueira, Big Nog. Was it Big Nog? Oh Lord. I gotta go back and see if it was Big Nog or Little Nog. And he was crying too. So, and I think he was playing a little bit of mind games. As he was in there, DC asked him who was next. Or no. He said it looks like Yuri Prochazka is going to be next. he was in the crowd, and so he was like, "Where is he at? Where is he at?" And Yuri's like, "I'm here," and everybody around was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and Glover's like, "Yeah. Me and you, yeah, let's do it, and Yuri's like, yeah, let's do it, and actually, no, he wasn't doing all that. He was like this. It was everybody around him who was like, but he was like, yeah, and Glover goes, yeah, let's do it. Well, how about May? And Yuri's like, yeah. So I don't know. I think that might have been a little gamesmanship already started by the veteran, right? Because it's already been about 4 or 5 months since Yuri's fought. If he's talking about May, that's might force Yuri to fight again. And we've got like a little 4-man tournament might thing be happening. I'm so excited, as you can tell. And if I'm Jan, I get back in there quickly. Against like an Alexander Ratchich or who's the or you just beat Reyes. But Magomed, hello, right there on the card. If he can get back in there against one of those guys and get a good, nice victory, a highlight reel victory, or just a good victory, period, it might force Yuri to fight again. So who knows what's going to happen next? So who do you think, and what would you like to happen in the 205 division, which for the first time in a long time, I actually think is more interesting. People, it's not as shallow, the 205 division sucks. Yeah, it may not be as talent rich as the other divisions, but honestly, has it been interesting? No, it's interesting now. That's all I gotta say. And congratulations to Glover. All right, if you're still here, please like the video. Please go ahead, share the video. Hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and comment down below so we can talk about all these amazing fights. Please let me know how you did on all your picks and any injury updates. And go ahead and talk to me. Take care and goodbye.